Y94, Playhouse in the morning, celebrity sizzler on the way. First, quick round of Am I the Jerk? We solicit for these on social media. We basically say, hey, is there a situation where you thought, man, was I the jerk in this situation? And we roundtable it quick here on the show. Amy K, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Am I the jerk? Case 1 of 3 today. My sister's getting married and asked if I would be in her wedding. The thing is, I actually don't talk to my sister at all. I've maybe seen her once in the past 4 years, so that seems really silly to do. We don't live by each other, and we really don't have a relationship. I told her she should choose some friends that she actually talks to, and that I wouldn't probably be in the wedding party, but I would certainly go to the wedding, and she seems really frustrated with me. Am I the jerk?
I mean, I think it's weird that she asked, especially if you guys don't talk, but you're still her sister.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I get you not wanting to be in it. I would say you're not a jerk.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you're just honest, right? I mean, I don't think we have a relationship that warrants this, because if you're in I know that some people, like the bridal party is just kind of like, almost like decoration almost, where it's like just people they have up there for the sake of putting up there. But I do think for a lot of people, there's some meaning to it. Like, I've chose these people because I feel like they support our love and they're close to me or whatever. And so if you haven't seen her in years, then it would be weird to do probably.
That's why, you're still sisters, though, but I say, weird that she asked.
Yeah.
You don't talk.
When you reject, you say, like, thank you for thinking of me first, and then say, but I don't feel comfortable doing it, or something like that.
Yeah, I think you would have to be really nice about it. Just say, I appreciate the offer. However, I don't feel comfortable standing up there with, I don't know how you would say it. You have to really think about it.
I don't think you should feel obligated to do stuff like that just because somebody asked you. If you don't feel comfortable with it, just say you don't feel comfortable with it.
Yeah, just because there has to be other people she can have.
That she actually sees.
Mm-hmm.
Am I the jerk? Case 2 of 3. My boss invited my husband and I over to her house for dinner, so we went and we brought some wine. And my boss is furious with me, saying that I'm insensitive for bringing wine there because her husband is an alcoholic. She told us after we sat and drank it in front of him, and we were confused why they each refused any. She's never mentioned this about her husband before, but she says the polite thing to do would be to have asked if we should bring anything, and then suggested bringing the wine before we just assumed that they would want that in their home. Am I the jerk?
No, I don't think you're a jerk. How would you have known? Yeah, you are not. And I think it's fine to drink it. Why can't he be around it?
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I think that you brought a very typical thing that people bring blindly to people's homes when they're trying to be nice and appreciative that you invited them there.
Yeah.
It does seem like you could have maybe said, because you're going to say, hey, do you want us to bring anything? And most people say, no, of course not. Just bring yourselves. And then you say, well, but hey, we're going to bring insert thing here, veggie tray, Doritos, this wonderful wine. And that would have maybe been a good opening for her to bring up that information if you didn't want that there.
If she's that passionate about not having it there because of her husband, that's on her then. Say, please, I just want to let you know we are not going to have any alcohol, and I would appreciate if you didn't bring anything. My husband doesn't like being around it.
Yeah, I don't really think you can be faulted for just trying to be nice and show you, because you were trying to impress your boss. And that's a typical thing that people bring when they're trying to be impressive.
I say it's on her for not telling you.
Yeah, I think this is 2 in a row where I don't think jerks. And finally, am I the jerk? Case 3 of 3. My neighbor is always parking in front of my house, and it drives me insane. They have a garage, they have a driveway, they don't need to park in front of my house. So what I did to show some semblance of revenge, I bought a $1,200 junker off Craigslist to park in front of his house to show him how annoying it is. It's rusted out, it's a beater, and I don't need it, and it barely runs. I just want to park it there for days on end so he gets a taste of his own medicine. Then occasionally I'll move it to my driveway so he can't get it towed away, and then I'll move it back after a night or so. Am I the jerk?
I think you're petty, but are you a jerk? You're just doing exactly what they're doing to you. I would say no. However, if it bothered you, why wasn't your first thing, instead of buying a junk car to do the same thing, just talk to him. Say, hey, could you just move this vehicle, park it in front of your place? I don't want it parked here. And I get, streets like private property, but I could see if he was refusing to move his, then you took it to that next step, buying the junk car.
Yeah, I sincerely don't think that you needed to spend $1,200 to get your point across, especially if you skip the obvious step that Amy brought up of just being like, hey, why do you guys always have to park in front of my house? Drives me nuts.
But I like the pettiness. I really enjoy that you did that.
I think it's funny, and I kind of like it too. I will vote jerk, though. That was a jerk pettiness.
Really?
Yeah.
Why does the neighbor just get to park in front of his house how often he wants?
And that would drive me nuts. In fact, places I've lived before, that has drove me nuts. Because I'm like, you have perfectly fine property, or you could park in front of your own house, assuming it's a street where you can.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So-
yeah, clearly they can if they're both parking in front of each other's house. I would say not a jerk, but this is like, you like started like a neighbor war, and I think you just need to go talk to the guy and be like, can you please just move your vehicle?
Yeah. Hey, just so you know, I'm actually going to sell this car, but I only bought it and put it there just to teach you a lesson. So don't park in front of my house anymore.
Or else I'm getting more.
Or I'm going to keep it.